Hey, Coach Tim with a little timeout for health. So one of the things that we work on in our nutrition program is learning how to stop the spikes of insulin when you eat. So when you get sugars and when you have starches and those carbs, what happens is your body spikes your insulin to deal with that extra sugar in your system. So one of the ways you can mitigate that is to create something called resistant starch. So resistant starch, it breaks down the starch in breads, pastas, potatoes, so that it doesn't spike your insulin. It's already started to break down. So when it breaks down that starch, it actually becomes really good food for your gut as well. And it's not spiking that insulin. So how can we do that? So here's a couple tips and tricks. For bread, all you need to do is put it in the freezer. Now, I end up doing that most of the time anyway, just because I like some sourdoughs and I don't eat a lot of bread or my keto bread, so I put it in the freezer and then I would just bring it out and toast it. So those two actions actually helps break down that starch. So put it in the freezer, that's one thing. And then when you toast it, that actually breaks down that starch even more. So when you eat it, it's not spiking your insulin like it normally would. And that's what we want to do, is not have those spikes of insulin through the day. We want to keep it as even as possible, because then we're able to burn fat and actually get rid of that fat. The second thing that you can do for rice and pasta is you can cook it and then put it in the refrigerator overnight. The next day, heat it up, and that starch, again, will have broken down and it becomes really good food for your gut, and it's not going to spike that insulin.